Good morning. Here we are in lovely little Portuguese town of Chaves. I've had a good stay here. It's Sunday morning, so everywhere's closed. But I managed to find myself some breakfast, some coffee, picked up some food to eat later today, and now I'm off further into the mountains to go to a campsite at a place called Valhelhas. It's a little cafe where I had breakfast this morning. So just 10 minutes out of Chaves and we're straight onto these twisty roads up into the mountains. I've not got a long ride planned for today. I'm going to a campsite, probably the highest up campsite in Portugal, and I'm going to visit Portugal's highest mountain. That's my target for today, so it's going to be twisty roads like this most of the day. I'll hit the campsite early, pitch the tent, and then go see if I can get to the top of the mountain. I don't know, it's a plan. Temperature's climbing up to 24-25 degrees today. I think it's still cold and wet in Scotland, but it's very nice here in Portugal. So we've popped out onto the IP2 road, which snakes its way across through the mountains of Portugal here, and we're crossing through the Douro region. This is where they grow the grapes for the wine that then gets turned into port down in Porto, which is kind of to my right down on the coast about 100 miles away. And the Douro Valley apparently grows really good wine because the soil is very poor and the weather is very hot, and the vines respond to that by digging their roots really deep and putting a lot of effort into storing lovely juices in the grapes. So there are acres and acres of vineyards up here in the high Douro Valley, and they used to make port, and I can tell you a little bit about how port is made. They first of all create a red wine, and they stop the fermentation early so that it's a very weak red wine, about 5% proof, and it still has a lot of sugar in the mix. So it's a sweet, low alcohol red wine. And separately then they make a white wine, which they then distill, take out all the impurities and distill it up to a high alcohol content. And then they combine the two, so you get all the flavours of a sweet red wine, but with an alcohol content that's been boosted up to about 20 or 25%. And that's the fortified wine that is port. And it was first brought into the UK during the Napoleonic Wars, when Britain was at war with France and couldn't import the wine that they wanted to import because, war. But Britain was not at war with Portugal, and so they started importing Portuguese wines, but the wines didn't survive the sea journey terribly well, and that's where the idea of creating port, fortifying it with alcohol, storing it in oak barrels really came into its own. Climbing back up into the mountains now, that's what I'm expecting, because the campsite I'm heading to is high up in the hills. Came past a factory that's making the blades for wind turbines, and wow, they are enormous when you see them stacked in the yard. Couldn't believe how big they were. Quite a few wind turbines up here on the hill, which you can maybe see in the background of the camera. They're not doing very much today because there's not much wind. I think solar panels are a better bet here today. So here we are in Valhelhas. Seen a sign already that says the campsite in 1.4 kilometres. I sincerely hope they have a space for me. I haven't booked anything. Oh, well, I'm calling it Valhelhas, but I can hear Garmin telling me it's Valhelhas. I'll have to practice that. Fed and watered. Temperatures climbing higher and higher here. I thought it might be cooler up in the mountains, but it's definitely not. It's 30 degrees. And I'm hoping to find a shady spot on a campsite. Fingers crossed for that. Here we are, nice shady spot. Tonight I'm sleeping with Big Agnes for the first time this holiday. That's the name of the tent, by the way.
This is my godchild. This is his father, Douglas and Colin.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay.
Yeah. He was cook by me in Switzerland 35 years ago.
Ah.
And that's why we visit him 2 years ago. Yeah.
Fantastic. Amazing.
Yeah.
Is this your camper van?
Yeah, this is my camper van.
Beautiful. So I'm just going to go and see if I can find the top of the mountain. Torre.
Oh, it's very nice. They have snow there. And they make ski, but not for Swiss people.
For about this far.
But now the snow, it's too warm for the snow. You go today?
Yes, just now.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's easier with the bike as with the camper
Yeah,
van.
because there's small roads.
Uh-huh.
See you later.
Have a good road.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, there we are, just by pure coincidence. The Swiss guy in the camper van next to me. He's from Switzerland, but his best friend lives in my hometown back up in Scotland. And it's not even a very big town, so what were the chances of that? Okay, what I'm going to do now is try and find my way up to the top of the mountain, up to Torre. And the bike feels a bit different with no luggage on it because everything's been unpacked. Well, let's go and see. It's 10 miles away. Gotta tell you, Tigger takes these twisty roads so much better without 30 kilograms of luggage on the back. Well, temperature's dropped quite a bit as we climb. We're about 1,500 meters now. Top of the mountain up there is 1,993, I think. And there's some story about one of the kings of Portugal who didn't like the fact that the mountain was less than 2,000 meters, and so that's why he built a tower on the top that's 7 meters tall. I don't know, we'll go and see. Maybe it tells us more about that at the top. Well, we're up amongst the snow now. Even though it's 30 degrees centigrade down at the campsite. It's 17 here according to Tigger, but we still have snow. Altitude 1,700 meters, another 200 meters to go. Wow, look at the view over that way. Well, you can't quite see it, but you will in a minute when I get to the top. That is astounding. Look at the clouds coming down as well. I have got my rain gear with me, so if I get wet, I'll put that on. Well, are we at the top yet? Answer, no, not yet. I feel wetness coming down from the sky. I've used up a lot of fuel getting up here. Tigger says he's getting short of fuel, but I don't think I'll use very much going back down again. I think we're getting to the top. And I think that because there's nowhere further up to go. Like the looks of this road, it's got white patches that look very cold. Yeah, this has to be the top. Phew. Oh no, there's more. We can go up that bit. Just over there is the ski resort. I think you can ski about 100 meters. Let's go and have a look at that. There it is. There's the 7-meter tall tower, which takes us up to 2,000 meters. Well, wasn't that fun? Now I get to go all the way back down again. So we're up here at 1,993 meters, and the temperature is 16 degrees C according to Tigger. There goes the road. That's where we're going. The little town of Valhelhas ahead. Got to go through that and out the other side to get to the campsite at Valhelhas. Did I say that right? Well, this was a good day. Nice interesting rides through the Douro Valley, lots of twisty-turny roads. Ended up in a pleasant campsite with some very pleasant weather. Nice chat to some people here as well. Then the ride up to the top of Torre mountain was something else, pretty spectacular. So that's it for here, that's it for Valhelhas, which I still think I'm pronouncing wrong. And tomorrow it will be Evora and another camping spot. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.